Hey everyone, my name is Alina. I am here at the amazing, beautiful Upaya Retreat Center, and I wanted to tell you guys a little bit about the Get Your Shit Together retreat. I'm so lucky and grateful to have been able to go to the last one last month in January. It's only been 3 weeks, and I have already seen immense change. My parents tell me almost every day how much I've changed for the better. I am manifesting my dream life. I'm becoming the person who I've always wanted to be, but always been too scared to or put excuses. It's amazing, to say the least. It is amazing. It is the one thing that if I could share with everyone, I would share this. It's hosted by the amazing Amy Joy. She's my beautiful friend and mentor, and I am so immensely grateful for her, for teaching me all of this, for giving me all the tools and the new tools in my toolbox. It is all about oneness and growth, personal growth, spiritual growth, and about manifesting the life that you want, becoming the person you want to be. So yeah, this is something that is interesting to you. It is here at Upaya. There's amazing food. 7 people who were complete strangers and turned them into a family who adores each other in 6 days. Amazing. I talk to those people every day. I have so much love for them because we grew together and we learned together. So if this is something that you would like to do, if this is something that's calling you, please go. It will change your life. I know it has changed mine, and everyone who came has changed forever.
Are you ready to get your shit together? Isn't that what we are all truly trying to do? In this fun, life hack-full show, we will learn together how to navigate this roller coaster called life. We, as glorious messy humans, can sit in the proverbial third car, grumpy and bored, or in the front of the roller coaster having the time of our lives. What do you choose? In this show, you can expect meaningful content and practical takeaway tools to make life easier and exceptionally more joyful. There will be epic guests who already love their lives, allowing them to share their get your shit together tips and words of wisdom. Life is too long and too short to not love your life. Welcome to Get Your Shit Together Live with Amy Joy. Hello and welcome to Get Your Shit Together Live with Amy Joy, and I'm your host, Amy Joy. Happy Thursday and congratulations on your abundance. Today's Thanksgiving in the U.S. and the Western here side of the globe, and many of you watching are maybe sitting down right now and having dinner and thanking each other and thanking the world and the universe for what you have. And I want you to just notice right now how abundant you truly, truly are. Abundant with the people around you, abundant with the things, abundant with the beautiful emotions that you get to experience on a daily and moment by moment basis. Congratulations on your abundance. It is an amazing show today. We have an epic guest. His name is Brian Biro. He is America's breakthrough speaker. His focus is kindness, my favorite. And he's here in the house today. So yay. And what a perfect day to be talking about kindness, but on Thanksgiving. If you're not in the American side of the world and you're anywhere else in the world, we are thankful today for you being here with us as well. It is always a life hackful show. Stay tuned to the end for mantra magic and meditation moment. Thank you so much for spending your very precious time with us today. Amazing. Okay, you know what time it is. It's time to change your state, elevate. All right, so at the beginning of every show, we just take 2 to 4 minutes to raise our vibration, to change our frequency, and to change how we feel. So if you already feel great, we're going to make you feel even greater. And if you feel crappy, we're going to get you over that line and into happy. So one way we can do that is changing our thoughts. And why not talk about kindness today? So if you feel shitty, you have shitty thoughts. I want you to write that down somewhere. If you feel shitty, you have shitty thoughts. So if you want to change how you feel, you get to change your thoughts. And it's really quite easy to change your thoughts. So let's do it together. Right now, I want you to take a minute, if it's safe, to close your eyes. And I want you to think about a time that someone was kind to you. Like amazingly kind, like didn't expect it, crazy kind, beautiful, wonderful kind. I want you to think about that moment. And you know what's fun about this? I just had one come to my mind, and I'm going to share it. I was in McDonald's with my 2 little boys. I had just fled an abusive husband. I was alone and scared. And I was watching my kids in the McDonald's playroom with another grandmother. Long story short, she heard my story and she helped me get a house. She gave me the down payment for my house. This just came to mind. I did not plan that remembrance. But that happened. And you know what was so cool? Later, when I sold the house and I made some money on the house, I gave that back to her and she wasn't expecting it. And she was like, oh my goodness, I so need this right now. And so I got to give it back and it blessed her. Oh my God, that happened. So I want you to think about something like that or anything that's kind that happened to you right now and enjoy that moment, that remembering. And then now I want you to think about a time that you were kind like that you were kind in some beautiful, small or big way, doesn't matter. Kindness is kindness is kindness is kindness. And just remember that moment, the smiles on their face, maybe the hugs that followed, how you felt. And now I want you to notice how you feel already. Don't you feel better? So easy. And now I want to take it a little further because it's Thanksgiving. I want you to think about one thing that you could do either right now or today that you could be kind in some way. Maybe it's a phone call, maybe it's a hug, maybe it's a thank you, but something. And I want you to lock that in, and then I want you to do it as soon as we're done here. Or if they're beside you, do it right now. Amazing. It's so easy to change how we feel. We don't have to suffer. Suffering's a choice. And yay, we get to change it when we want. Easily, with ease and grace. All right, so it's time to get our shit together. So excited to have Brian Biro in the house. He is America's breakthrough speaker. He has delivered, look at this, nearly 1,900 presentations around the world over the last 34 years. The author of 16 books. Okay, I just want to bow down a little bit because I've written 1 and 2 anthologies, and that's something, you guys. 16 books, including his bestseller, Beyond Success, and his brand new Lessons from the Legends. Brian was rated #1 from over 40 speakers at 4 consecutive INC Magazine International Conferences. With degrees from Stanford University and UCLA, Brian has appeared on Good Morning America, CNN, and Brian has recently honored as one Brian was recently honored as one of the top 10 interactive keynote speakers in North America and one of the top 50 motivational speakers in the world. How blessed are we today to have Brian with us? Put your hands together and welcome Brian Biro to the stage.
Hey, woo! I feel like the blessed one, Amy. You're amazing. What you live up to your name, and that's a great name, my favorite word. In fact, every email I ever send always has the words joy to you. So I've been writing about you forever.
Right? Thank you so much. So Joy's my real name. It's my middle name, and I just go by that. And so yay.
Yay.
So great to have you. Thank you for saying yes. I know how a busy man you are, and I feel so honored that you said yes. We have a very amazing mutual friend, Larry Michael, and he suggested you and introduced us, and I'm so grateful. And Larry's on in 2 weeks, you guys. He's talking about his new book that's out, Lasting. It's so good. I got to read it ahead of time. So good. So he's going to be on with us in a couple weeks. But Brian, thank you for being here. I would love for you to connect with the audience real quick and just say something else that, might help them get to know you a little bit different from what I just read.
Well, first of all, just a shout out to Larry. I actually got to write the foreword to that new book, and it is a magnificent book, a book that'll help so many people. So he's like a brother to me. We've been friends for longer than most people have been around. So it's pretty awesome. But I love people. That's where it starts. I believe that we have in us an incredible capacity to break through. And my life is about trying to help people break through from fear to freedom, from failure to faith, from ego to we go, but most of all, from good to great. And that there's that greatness in all of us, that no one is an overachiever. And so my passion, I love that I'm called America's Breakthrough Speaker, because for 49 years through 3 careers, first as a U.S. swimming coach, so I was helping young athletes try to rise to the potential in the pool. Then in a corporate career, trying to build a breakthrough culture. And now for the last 35 years, it's now 35, as a speaker and an author, understanding the secrets to breaking through and then sharing with people, but more importantly, getting people to do them. Because I can tell this is you. When we hear, we forget. When we see, we're more likely to remember. But it's when we do that we understand. And so my joy is to help people break through those fears, obstacles, habits, or doubts. So that's what I'm really about. And that's what it's what I'm put on this earth to do.
Amazing. So I would love to know what made you switch from doing what you were doing with the swimming coach to this. What created that shift?
In a way, it's a very continuous path, because ultimately you don't coach swimming, you coach people. You're helping young people to start to believe in themselves differently, to understand how much we are really support one another. People think that swimming is an individual sport. They could not be more wrong. Every day I watched when the kids worked together, it was like a giant current, a wave was pushing us fast. And whenever we separated and siloed, it's like we had to turn and swim into that big old current. So learning how to work together to support each other, to really think that we'll do more for others than we'll do for ourselves. So starting off in swim coaching, I probably still would be a swim coach, except I had no life. And all I had was work. And I didn't know myself outside of my role as a coach. And I really didn't want to live my life that way. I wanted to have a rhythm to my life. I wanted to have a family. I wanted to have all these things that as a coach, I had separated myself from, because it was a comfort zone that was really a confinement zone. So Amy, I'm probably the only guy who went to graduate school to get a life instead of a job. And I did. I did. Wow. That's where I got in really wonderful shape. I started running. I met my wife. Life just took off at a different level. And so my corporate career, I ended up going into becoming a vice president of a very large transportation company. But between you and me, I didn't give a hoot about transportation. I just love people. All right. And I started doing, and we were very separated. So I started doing team building events in my own company. And we had this enormous turnaround that started on the inside and moved to the outside. It wasn't about the market. It was us. And we started to support each other, had this incredible turnaround. And at the peak of it, That's actually when I met Larry. At the peak of it, I said to my wife, honey, we're doing great. Let's quit. I want to go do this for all the rest of my life. And that's when I started being a professional speaker. And it was an incredible time because it was like diving off a 10-meter platform, hoping there was water in the direction I was going. But in my heart, I knew it was the right thing. I knew I was doing what I was put on earth to do. And today, I just basically, you're a motivational speaker when you're working with kids, trying to help them develop. And you're a motivational speaker when you're trying to build your team. You're a motivational speaker as a mother, as a father sometimes. Yeah. So actually, I'm a motivated speaker, but that's the path that took me to where I am now.
Oh, I love that. I'm a motivated speaker. Yes, you are. I can feel it. We all can feel it. And that's the important thing. I want everyone right now to just take a deep breath in and ask yourself, where are you feeling confined? What needs to change in your life? It doesn't have to mean quitting your job necessarily. It could be some small thing. And what would you shift to bring you even more joy? That's a great question, right? And we don't answer the question unless we ask it. So take a minute right now and just ask yourself, what needs to change in my life? Because look at what happened with Brian, right? Magic happens when you let go of confinement and go towards freedom. My book literally is Get Your Shit Together, How to Go from Fear to Freedom, Brian.
Oh, I knew I loved you from the first moment. I say that in every event I go. And you also bring up, as I said, I like to get people into the game of life as you do. And so the reason I'm called America's Breakthrough Speaker is I've had 1 million people over the last 34 years. I'm kind of a stat nut, and I've kept track of it. 1 million people actually break through 1-inch thick boards in my events. To me, it's the greatest combination individual and team experience you'll ever have in a live event.
It's true.
The part is what you asked. It's about the meaning. So I ask everyone to write on their board something they're ready to break through. Maybe it's something in their health. Maybe it's something in a habit they want to change. Maybe it's something they're good at, but they feel they plateaued and they're stuck. And so the individual part of the breakthrough experience is about writing down and getting clear, what is that thing that I know is that comfort zone turned into confinement zone, that if I break through, there's something on the other side. Then on the other side of the board, Amy, write down and envision what's waiting for me when I do break through. What am I going to do, be, feel, create, have in my life? Because never again will this hold me back. So I've had people completely transform the way they dealt with cancer. People bring families back together. I've had people absolutely skyrocket in their careers, become the moms and dads they wanted to be. I've had people have incredible breakthroughs. So the individual aspect is related to the meaning. One other part that you'll love. If I have a room of 1,000 people breaking boards, we start with 100 circles of 10 people each. All right. Wow. And there's a board holder in each of those circles. So Amy, if you're in one of those circles and you're ready to break your board, the other 9 people are going, Amy, Amy, Amy. Music is pounding. You'll never hear people cheer like they cheer. Some people have never been cheered for in their lives like that. Huh? And for them, that's the breakthrough moment, to know what it feels like. The team part, equally powerful, because there's something about it that's almost tribal that reaches down inside of people and say, I want you to break through. Yeah. But the best part of the team element, I can explain only from a real experience. And I often say the best day of my life was my daughter's wedding day. And it was for something I could have never even understood until I experienced it. And that was for a good 6 hours that night. I didn't think of myself once. All I could do was think of her. They tell me I was laughing and crying at the same time. I don't remember. All I remember was her. And when those 9 people are around Amy going, Amy, Amy, they get to feel cheering for you the way I felt about my daughter. That's what makes it such an incredible experience. So you just led people on part 1. What are you ready to break through? I love it.
Amazing. Well, did you see the beginning of the opener where I was breaking an arrow? So
I love it. Yeah.
It was the same concept, and we wrote on the arrow what we're letting go and what we're going towards, because we know here in the Get Your Shit Together family that we have to reprogram the brain. And to do that, we have to replace the old program with a new one. We can't just say, don't think that anymore. The elephant, absolutely. I say we have an elephant. Our subconscious is my elephant. And we have to train our elephant. And the elephant says, no, we always do this. So unless you tell me where else we're going, this is what we're doing. Right? So we got to replace it with where we're headed next, what we're going for. So amazing, amazing, amazing. You're so cool. I love your energy so much. I'm so grateful for you
I love
and how
yours
you be
too.
in the world. Clearly.
Nice. You know, building on what you said, building on it, I'm going to ask, this is really more for the North Americans, but I'm going to ask a question that really ties into what you just said. You got to replace it with a new vision. So just real quickly, everybody, what color is a yield sign? You know, I've asked that, Amy, 1,000 and probably 1,500 events over the last 30 so years. And every audience, at least 95% say yellow. Well, you know what? Yield signs are red and white. They're upside down triangles with red on the outside and red letters across a white background. And then I asked the question.
Are they really?
They really are. Everyone says yellow. So here's the question. Why don't we see them? We've seen thousands of yield signs in the same way that we see our family every day, ourselves every day. Why don't we see what's right in front of us? And here's the secret. Almost everyone I know rarely uses their vision to see. Ooh. What do we use instead? We use our memory and our conditioning. And whenever you use your memory to see, you do not see what is, you see what was. And the second you lock onto what was, guess what you block out? What is and what could be. Now, that's well and good for yield signs, and hope everybody will join me because I'm the happiest driver I know, because every time I see a yield sign, I start cracking up. I'm thinking, what else have I been missing lately? But where does it really matter most to all of us to no longer depend upon our memory to see? One word, the word that you're all about. People. People. Change the way you look at people. The people you look at change. Change the way you see yourself. The self you see will change. That's why I have people break boards. I want them to see that breakthrough, that breakthrough you, that part of you that is on the other side of fear. And ultimately, there's only one breakthrough. You know what it is. You break through from fear to love. That's it. And every time you choose fear, you know it weighs you down. It makes you think all the reasons you can't.
Mic drop. Yes.
And every time you choose
Rogers,
love,
he's one of my mentors, and he says this transformation. Oh, sorry, there was a delay. Go ahead.
I'm just going to say, on the other side, when you choose love, you're like my grandchildren at 5 and 8 say anything's possible. So that breakthrough comes starting by, as you said, shifting our vision from what was. Don't drive towards the rearview mirror. That's not where you're going. Go towards where you want to get to and see it as if it's here now.
Yeah, exactly. Right here, right now. My mentor, Gerald Rogers, he says this, and maybe he got it from someone, I don't know, but it's profound. It's transformation. You know you've transformed when you occur to yourself differently.
I love that. That's beautiful. That's true. I call that a snapshot shock. You know, I'm old enough that we used to have these things called pictures and that were on like paper. And every so often you would see a snapshot of yourself a little while ago and then see yourself now and go, oh my God, it's a shock. Is that the same me? And when we do that inside, and we don't see it sometimes because we grow in sometimes little increments and they're gradual. But when you get that snapshot shock, we go, oh my gosh, I did that. I've grown in that way. I did this thing I didn't know I could do.
Yes. And everyone watching, this is you. This is true of you too. We're not different than you. We're not different than you. We just had someone remind us probably like we are today for you. So what? You're getting reminded of how beautiful you are and how amazing you are and how powerful you are and how we don't have to settle. We don't have to settle for programming that no longer serves, right? So Today we're talking about kindness, the power of kindness. So I want to ask this question. What are the most important ways to deliver kindness?
Oh, well, I love that question because we all want kindness in our lives. We all think kindness is nice, but how specifically, what are the most incredible ways to express kindness? And there's several of them, but the first one and the foundational one is the most important thing of all. And that is to be fully present. When you're fully present with people, What does that mean? It means 100% of your mind, body, and spirit is with the person you're with where they are now. Now, how many of us have ever been with somebody where we know their body's present, but the rest of them is in some other county? Yeah, we've all experienced that. And so the question is, how does it make you feel when someone you wish to be fully present with you is not fully present with you? You know, for some people, it makes them angry. Most people, it makes them feel sad or small. But for everyone I've ever known, Amy, even the most confident people, if there's someone we really wish to be fully present with us and they're not fully present with us, it makes us feel worth less. It makes us feel insignificant and unimportant. And here's the gig, every one of us, because we're all breakthrough leaders. Everyone is a leader. How you show up is leadership. Our job as breakthrough leaders, whether it's as a mother, as a father, as a friend, in your business, wherever you are, our job is to help the people that we lead, that we serve, that we love, to know they're important, to know they're significant, to know they matter. Because when people feel important, they rise to, oh yeah. And when people feel unimportant, they fall to, oh no. And so the starting place is to be fully present. I call it the gift, and it's the foundation of kindness, because you can't build trust without being fully present, because you can't fake it. People know when you're present and when you're not. And I call it the gift because the greatest gift of my life was given to me by my two daughters, Kelsey and Jenna, way back when they were only 8 and 3. Isn't it amazing how they teach us really young? And at that time, my speaking business had taken off. I was taking on this huge track for a direct sales company. I was up at least 20 days a month. Well, one night when I was actually home, my two little girls came into my office when I could have been tucking them in, reading a story to them, cuddling with them, letting them know how important they are, being present. But I was reaching for the phone, like always, and they looked at me and they just asked me this, and it changed my life. They said, Daddy, we just want to know, do you love your phone more than you love us? Oh. I felt the blade go in deep. You know, Emerson said, what you do screams so loudly, I can't hear a word you're saying. I couldn't fake it. I was living my life as if my phone was more important than my children, than my wife. Well, I want you to know, Amy, I tucked him in that night. Yeah. And I never missed another night after that when I was home. The next morning, I was the one who woke him up, made him breakfast, brought him to school. And my wife, Carol, was the happiest person on the planet because she is not a morning girl. And I never missed another morning after that. When I came home that day, after dropping him at school, I made a choice, because everything we're talking about is a choice. Kindness is a choice. And the choice was, never again will I ever book more than 7 events in a month. I don't care what you pay me. I won't do it. That I would be home no less than 15 days a month, and that my calendar would start with their events. And I lived it. I never missed one of their big dance performances. I never missed one of their big school events. I never missed one of those awesome daddy and daughter dances. And here's the fun part. I thought I was doing it for them. Do you know that every dimension of our life elevated with the decision to be more fully present? You don't get less done when you're present, you get more done. That's why it's the secret to life balance, which really should be life rhythm. Because here's the problem. Most people think balance is about equal time. Let's put it straight. You're probably never going to have equal time. There's 48 hours of stuff to do and 24 hours a day to do it in. But 5 minutes of full presence with someone is worth 5 hours of faking it. And you can't fake it. So the foundational key to kindness is to be more fully present.
Exactly. So what can we do right now? Right now, everybody watching, what can we do right now to show kindness? What's coming to me is we could put those phones away, like far, like in the purse, in the back room, and just be present with your family right now, whoever's with you. Maybe it's your cat, maybe it's your dog, maybe it's your friends or family, but be present, put the phone away. I love that so much. That's so powerful. Put a 1 in the chat if this is resonating with you at all and getting your attention. We are in a very fast society these days where our attention is being pulled in so many ways. And I think that gift of presence, just the value of it just got like raised. What do you think about that?
I love it. I love it. And I'll give people a really fun way to go about this. This time of year is a time to be present. It's the time of presence. And so here's what I encourage everybody to do. Pick out 2 people in your life between Thanksgiving and Christmas here. So basically from the end of November to the start of the new year. All right. And pick out 2 people in your life, one at work, one at home. Because inch by inch, anything's a cinch, who you commit to be more fully present with. Now, it doesn't mean you have to spend more time with them, because you may just have less time. But when you're with them, start with what you just said, Amy. Put the phone away. No more meals where you're 3 feet away from the person you love, but all you see is your cell phone. And then the next key, one of the other secrets to really delivering kindness, ask more than tell. And then do what we rarely do in life. Actually listen before you formulate your response. You see, most of the time when we're talking to people, we're not listening to them. We're thinking about what we're going to say instead of really listening. So listen, open your eyes and be a world-class yield sign finder. Make sure you're looking at who's right in front of you right now, not who they were 6 months ago. And you watch. After 3 or 4 days of committing to that more fully present, they're going to look at you different. They're going to go, wow, there's something different about you lately. You've been working out. You changed your hair. You're looking good. And as you become more present with those 2, you'll start to develop that muscle until it becomes who you are. The past is history. The future, a mystery.
Yeah.
The gift is now. That's why we call it the present.
Well, and don't you think too, when you're present with someone, it demands their presence as well. It creates more presence in both people.
Absolutely. Whenever you seek to enrich another's experience, you can't help but enrich your own. You just think about those days when you walk by people and you smile at them and bam, they smile back. But when you walk by them and pretend they're not there, they walk by and pretend you're not there. So you've got it exactly. Being present says to every human being, even if it's only for 1 second, you're important, you matter, and you count. And whenever you're not present, you speak louder.
Absolutely. Like even giving a compliment to a random person, that lights them right up. Like, wow, that sweater looks so beautiful on you. And they're like, really? And you could see, and it's got to be genuine. Don't say it if you don't mean it. But because people know, they can feel the difference. But those things matter. We need to stop being shy about that stuff.
Absolutely.
It's crap. We need to share our joy and our compliments freely.
Brings another key to being kind, and that is be a world-class buddy thinker. All right. A world-class buddy thinker. And I'll give you a fun way to do that. All right. If you think about, just play with the word world-class. When you think about world-class amusement park entertainment, who do you think of? Most people think Disney. All right. Somebody said Six Flags. They don't know what they're talking about. Disney. Okay. World-class coffee houses. A lot of people say Starbucks. How about world-class sports television? Now, if you're a sports fan, you probably said ESPN. All right. But whether you love sports or you just don't give a hoot about sports, from this moment on, you're going to love ESPN. E says, thank people, deliver kindness, appreciation with effort and energy. Okay. All right. The E is effort and energy. You ever notice sometimes we thank people who are not even there? Hey, thanks a lot. Appreciate it. It doesn't mean anything. But when we put that Amy Joy smile on our face, when we grab their hands with both of ours, when we really put some energy into what we want to express, it connects. So the E is thank people with effort and energy, but it also means thank people for their effort and energy and not just their results.
Oh, nice. Yes.
We've been conditioned to only give praise when the job's done, when the number's been hit, when the goal's been achieved. Now, keep doing that. Celebrate those performances. But if you want to be world class, you want to build people, teams, and relationships, you want to deliver kindness, then really, really focus on acknowledging, recognizing, thanking, delivering kindness to people for their effort, their energy, and their attitude. Why? Because it's what they control. All right. And guess what? The more you do it, the more they're going to create. So E, thank people with and for their effort and energy. S, I love this one. You'll love it. Use the power of surprise. Surprise is the super glue of transformational impact. So next week, Amy, you show up in your office on Friday, and there's a handwritten card from Larry. Now, the first thing you notice is, whoa, It's handwritten. You get anything handwritten these days. What do you think? Wow,
Wow.
personal, took some time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Woo.
Effort and
Or else
energy.
his
They put
computer.
effort and energy.
Absolutely. So right away, he's created a little surprise by doing something a little unusual, a handwritten card instead of some email or WhatsApp. Next thing you do, you go into your mind, you go, it's not my birthday. It's not my anniversary. It's just Friday. So because you've chosen a little surprising format, a handwritten card, a happy heck of it called Friday, what's the result of that little bit of surprise to you, Amy? Well, you're probably like 100 times more interested in reading what's in the card than all those emails that have piled up. So you open up the card, and the card says, Amy, I don't think I've told you enough what joy you bring to every person on this planet. You don't even have to say a word. Your energy shines through your smile, through your movement, through who you are. And I know you know it, but I'm not sure I've expressed enough how much you inspire me. And I just wanted you to know the difference you make, not only for the world, but for me, your friend, Larry. Nice letter, Larry. Now, Amy will keep that card more than any.
I'm getting teary at the pretend letter.
So, Amy, you'll keep that card more than any birthday card you got. Why? Because it used the power of surprise. And it helps you understand who you are. So, surprise doesn't have to be a huge deal. It can be a Post-it note. It can be just an unexpected phone call. It can be acknowledging someone for their effort and energy when they haven't reached their result. But it'll stick to them like super glue. So the P we've covered, and that's the most important, be fully present. And the N in ESPN about being a world-class buddy thanker is do it now. I believe that we're on this. I like to look at that the greatest gift we're ever given is called today. And every day, the road in front of us represents our life. And I realize that many times every day we get to the same Y in that road called today. One side goes off to the side over this way and says, as soon as. The other side goes this way, says now. To tell you the truth, Amy, as soon as looks easier. It's well lit. There's no potholes. There's no ice patches. Repaved. Looks like a piece of cake. Now is twisty and turny, and there's lights out, and there's places you could skid. But if you stay on the road called as soon as, it's a direct road to never. Seize the woo. My favorite word, Amy, is woo. W-O-O. Let's say it together. 1, 2, 3. Woo. Woo stands for woo. Woo stands for window of opportunity. The woo is the window of opportunity, which is every precious moment. You never know if the next person you'll meet today may become your lifelong friend, as you didn't know when you met your lifelong friend. You never know if the next kindness you give may save someone's life that you'll never meet. You just started that ripple effect. All right. You only break through when you seize the woo. So, all right. Now, when you choose the now, you seize the woo. Carpa woo.
Absolutely.
Right. So if there's people you haven't thanked, you haven't acknowledged, you haven't delivered kindness, do it now. If you've been using your memory to see as an old yield sign finder, shift it now. And if you haven't been as kind as you really want to be in your life, you can shift it now.
There was a slight delay, but I think StreamYard got it. Amazing. So right now, I want you to think about what you could do for ESPN with effort and energy. Thank 2 and 4. Is that what you said, Brian?
Yeah. I said E is thank people. Yes. People with effort and energy and for their effort and energy.
With and for. And then the S is the surprise factor, the power of surprise. The P is for your presence, and the N is for now. So what can you do right now? Like right now, like we're not kidding. Right now, do it. Do it right now. Practice that habit of working that muscle of doing things right now in this present, beautiful, glorious moment that we have. So good. Amazing. I want to make sure we get to your gift for the audience. Would you like to talk about that?
Sure. First of all, thank you for having me on your show. I mean, I'm loving doing I love what I talk about. I love what I do, but to do it with you, you just got an energy that lights up the world, and it's just a special joy. So, and I use that word all the time, even though it's your name. Okay, so the special gift I have for everyone is an excerpt from a program that I teach that's called the ROI of kindness, the return on investment of kindness. And it's at a live event. It's really fun. It's got surprise to it, but it really gives you some of those things we've been talking about, all right, in a live event fashion. So it's a special video. I love talking about kindness, and it's a great way to kind of reinforce what we're talking about today. So I hope that lots and lots and lots of you will dive into that and really become a real ambassador of kindness. All right, become a CKO, Chief Kindness Officer of your life.
Amazing. And if you've missed it, go to the show notes and you can get the information there. The link is there in the show notes, and how you can reach out to Brian Biro at brianbiro.com. I'm sure I'm not the only one who's done that.
It's tough to do Brian Biro's bio, that's for sure.
Nice. So it's all in the show notes. It's right there. Brian Biro, BIRO.com. Please reach out to him. He's got lots of good things going. And then again, here's the link for your free gift, which is a live experience with him. So you get to see a little bit of what he does on a regular basis for this beautiful planet. So grateful for you. I was part of a kindness summit with Angel Monticelli. It was such a beautiful thing. And in preparing for that, I read this, and I think I can see that you live this out. But I want to tell you, kindness isn't a single event. It is a lifestyle.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. And I'm going to say,
act. It's not a single act.
It is a lifestyle. It is who you are, not what you do.
Yep. So everyone, take a deep breath in right now and ask yourself, how am I being kind? Being, I didn't say doing. How are you being kind to yourself and to the other humans and animals and this blessed earth that we get to walk on every day and enjoy? How are we being kind to all of those things? And if you're not, just change it. Like Brian says, the past is what?
History.
Not history, and the future is a mystery unless you decide what you're going to do, and then you kind of know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
You know you're going to be kind.
That's
right?
it.
Kindness is a choice, and it's so easy. So easy. Amazing. Brian, you're amazing. I just feel so blessed to have you, and especially on this very special day in our culture. Thank you. Thank you for that. I'm going to have you on at the end, so stay tuned. He's going to share his number one nugget with us. If he was on the mountaintop and the whole world was listening and paying attention with their presence, what would he share with the world? We're going to hear that here at the end. But right now, you know what time it is. It's time for meditation moment. No, sorry. It's mantra magic. I got so excited, I forgot which we're doing next. All right. So what's cool is Alina Abadiano and I, my mantra magic buddy, we wrote a song and a mantra just for today, just for Kindness Day. So Brian, this is for you and for our amazing audience. Here it is.
Kindness is the language of my soul. I share it freely, helping hearts feel whole. With every act, the world starts to glow. A ripple of love everywhere I go. Kindness is the language of my soul. I share it freely, helping hearts feel whole. react, the world starts to glow. A ripple of love everywhere I go. Make today glorious!
And we do these mantras. Why do we do these mantras? To help reprogram the brain, to help train our elephant, our subconscious mind that has been given programs that don't serve. And we get to train it. We get to change it. And that's an easy way. So you can find Mantra Magic every week that we have a show. And we have over 70 episodes. So go to E360 TV or YouTube at Amy Joy Coaching, and you can watch past episodes there and catch more amazing guests and Mantra Magic. So amazing. And I would love to hear from you guys. If you have a mantra that you would love for Alina and I to make a song for you about, please go to amy@amyjoycoaching.com, and we will, if you send a picture, we will put you there for all to see. And thank you for your kindness in sharing a mantra with us. So amazing. amy@amyjoycoaching.com. Would love, 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 love to hear from you and what's going on in your life and the mantra that you'd love to see. All right, it's time for meditation moment. Grab the kids, the family, everybody. Have a seat, quick. All right, so this is the part where we take 5 minutes to do what? Get present. All right, we're going to get present right here, right now, 5 minutes, and we have music from the amazing Gary Malkin. He is a dear friend of mine. He is a multi-Emmy winner, and he has shared this music with us. But get a seat anywhere, grab everybody. It's just 5 minutes, guys, and it will probably, possibly be one of your favorite 5 minutes of the day. All right, so take a deep breath in. Hold at the top. And exhale and make the ah sound. Now, at first, making that ah sound feels a little uncomfortable, but who cares? It helps. Breathe in again. Hold at the top. And exhale. Amazing. All right, I want you to notice how the air enters your nose when you breathe in. And how it tickles your lips when you breathe out. Just notice and breathe. And now I want you to notice, how are you feeling right now? Are you feeling happy? Are you feeling crappy? Don't make it right or wrong, good or bad. Just notice. And breathe. And now I want you to notice, what thoughts are passing through your head right now? Are they thoughts of the future? Are they thoughts of the past? Or are you right here, right now with me? Again, don't make it right or wrong, good or bad. Just notice. And breathe. And now I want you to notice a flame flickering right in front of your eyes. Notice the golds and whites, yellows, reds, Just notice. Now slowly let that flame slide right into the middle of your head. And watch it flicker there. And breathe. And with your hands on your heart, I want you to think of one thing you are so grateful for. It brings a smile to your face. I want you to hold that thought. And right now I'm going to send you an energetic activation with so much love and so much kindness. And all you have to do is set the intention to receive it. And with a deep breath in, start wiggling your fingers and toes. You can blink your eyes a little, come back into the room. Take another deep breath in. I want to thank you and I want to honor you for doing that. 5 minutes of bliss, what I call it. It's called the Serene Mind Practice. I want to honor my teachers who shared it with me, Sri Krishnaji and Sri Preetaji over in India. Spent weeks in their presence. Their frequency is so high, so loving, so kind. It changes who you are when you're around people like that. And they shared this with me. So you can go to YouTube, Serene Mind Practice, or you can find it here every week on Get Your Shit Together Live here. All right, it's now time to bring Brian back. Yay, we get Brian again. Amazing. So how was that for you, Brian?
I loved it. It was, the time that we do that kind of a meditation is a time where we're being present with ourselves. And that's kind of in swimming, there's an underwater part that's called resistance. That's life. That's the doing. Above water is called recovery. And that time that you take that is recovery, is replenishing, rejuvenating. And that's what it did for me.
Amazing. Yay. Thank you for sharing that. And we'd love to hear your nugget. We have 3 minutes. 3 minutes. Woo. So yeah, lots of time. So if you are on a mountaintop, Brian, and the 8 billion plus souls of this glorious planet were at the foot of that mountain and they could hear you and they were paying attention, what would be the one thing you would share with the world?
I love this. What a brilliant place to put yourself in, and a brilliant a window of opportunity. And for me, it's really the most important words that I think I've ever written. Mm-hmm. And what it says is, the love we fail to share is the only pain we live with. Say it again. The love we fail to share is the only pain we live with. Ooh, and if we don't get this right, if we don't seize this now, this woo, the love you fail to share may become the only pain you leave with, and that's too late. Now, I'm talking about is the moment right here is the one to live pain-free, and that means joy. And the other side of pain-free is joy. And the way you do that is to share that love right now. Share it by being present. Share it by truly listening, just listening. Share it by really being that world-class buddy thinker. Share it by bringing that power of surprise and delighting someone who is just being who they are, but they didn't realize the difference they make by being who they are. Incidentally, when I made up that little note, that little handwritten card to you, it was who you are. I could see it, and I've only met you tonight, but that's who you are. All right. And so when you live that way, when you understand the love we fail to share is the only pain we live with, then what you become is easy to impress and hard to offend. And that is an incredible recipe for joy. Easy to impress means you look for the beauty in people. You look for the best in them. You look for the things that you love and admire and that you can learn from. Right? And being hard to offend is stop taking it personal. It isn't about you 99.999% of the time. And when you let go of that defensiveness, you find joy.
It's true. It's true. So much joy and freedom on the other side of fear. So much
That's
joy
right.
and freedom.
Fear to freedom, failure to faith, ego to wego, and from good to great.
Oh,
and along the way, share that love.
Woo! And so it is. Thank you, Brian.
Ooh, yes.
Oh my God, you're amazing, amazing, amazing. Thank you for who you be and what you do and all of it. We are so blessed to have your presence with us today, and that this is evergreen. This is forever out there. So yay for all the future people seeing this and hearing this. So great. So great. All right. So if you guys are, I want to give you this because this is a big deal. Sauna Space. It's a frequency sauna. Real quick, they're on sale 15%. And with this link, you get another 10% off the sale rate. It's amazing. It changed my life, and it'll raise your frequency as well. Sauna.space/get your shit together. It's time to close the show. Thank you, Brian. You're amazing. I love you. Have a wonderful, wonderful Thanksgiving. Besos. Mwah!
Woo!
Thank you for watching Get Your Shit Together live with Amy Joy. If you'd like to follow us, you can on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Amy Joy Coaching. Appreciate so much your likes, comments, and shares. If you'd like to be a guest on the show, please reach out. We'll see you next time.